down, get up, keep on trying time after time.
It's a hard one.
I know in my heart I could be what I see in my mind. When I'm dreaming, I will shine. You will not survive. They tell me impossible, don't try. You can do what you wish you could do, but they don't know me like I do. I will shine. Ooh, la, 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 it's a great time to be alive. Ooh, la, 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 it's a great time to be alive. Ooh, la, 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 it's a great time to be alive. Ooh, la, 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 it's a great time. I'm a champion, I'm unstoppable, I'm a warrior, I'm incredible. Dreaming, top of the world. Oh, 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 top of the world. I'm a champion, I'm unstoppable, I'm a warrior, I'm incredible. I'm a dreamer, dreaming, top of the world. Oh, oh, oh. Indestructible. Before the step you climbing hill 100 times.
Alright, I cannot believe we're doing this midday. Are you proud? Look what I got, look what I got, thank you. That's all the best. Hi to everybody on Zoom. Allie Beer is getting situated. Alright, we got Allie Beer on Zoom. Hello everybody, hello, hello. Let me know where you're from.
Dreaming, top of the world.
So Ellie's getting on Zoom. Yeah, I got it. Oh my gosh. Okay. I cannot believe you guys left. I know people are in the middle of work. They're like, don't tell nobody. We're coming on. All right, so we got Ellie on Zoom. Let's see if we have him on Instagram. We got England. And Ellie Bear's coming on the live on Instagram. Have no fear. All right, hold on. Bonjour. We got friends. We got Muncie. All right, how do I? Oh, I have to unmute Ellie over here, right? All right, we're unmuting Ellie on Zoom. Guys, you hear us on Zoom? Woo! All right, awesome. And let's wait for Ellie over here. Top of the world. All right, we're just waiting for Ellie on Instagram. This is so exciting. Guys, we got LA, we got California, we got Brazil. Oh my goodness, we got Eretz Israel. That's what happens when we have a Zoom at 12 o'clock. But all the Americans can't come on at this time. But Baruch Hashem, we're going to be able to save this. Okay, hold on. We got Toronto. We got Chicago. How are you guys able to come on in the middle of the day? I want to know. I want to know, guys. So we have Ellie Beer. I'm gonna leave my intro for when he comes on.
He's trying to get on Zoom on Instagram.
He's trying? Okay. Hold on. We got Argentina, Arizona. Meaningful Minute is back on. We got London. It's 5:03 in London. That is insane. It's 5:03 p.m. Okay. I'm thinking a.m. Got a lot of Chicago today. I love it.
Go to her live. When you see Shimi Adar, you see her picture. Just select the picture.
Okay, hold on. We're just trying to figure out how to get onto the live. Wow, we got 30 people on Zoom. Whoa! Hi, Plotsky. Hi, Redmi. Oh my gosh. Okay. He's on? Hold on. Let me see.
You said hi.
Hold on, I don't see it. Could he do request to call in? Did he do request to be on your live?
He's gonna do that.
Okay. Cause I can't find. Does anyone see Ellie Bear here? We got Wes Hempstead.
Maybe because you're on the phone with me.
Oh, is he on the same phone call with you?
Yeah, could be.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let's try that. We got full families watching right now. People are saying the whole family is sitting and watching.
Oh, sorry. It could be because you're on the phone with me. It's not going. You're on Instagram. You requested.
Maybe tell him to go off and come back on.
Yeah, go off and then.
And as soon as he comes on, it says request to be on the live.
See the picture of her, and I should say live. No, it's okay. Don't worry, it's fine. It's perfectly fine.
Don't worry, it happens every single time, right, guys? Anybody who's here, they know. Oh yeah, he can be on the phone with you, Danielle.
Shalom, my name is...
She's gonna invite you now. Okay. Okay.
Okay, hold on. Wait. We're gonna get the other champion. I will save this Instagram. A lot of people. We got Ellie! We got Ellie! Alright, here we go. Ready? Hold on. Let me see this. Okay. I'm changing my music, guys, because not so loud, not so loud. Ready? Here we Look what I do for my shimmy schmoozes. Ellie Bear!
Hey,
in the house! Yeah!
I love your jacket.
Can someone screenshot this? Oh! I'm so sorry I couldn't get an orange one.
It's all good. We have all different colors. You're wearing the premier one,
Yeah, I represent. It doesn't matter. Hold on, let me shut the music so I can hear you. Do you hear me?
I hear you well. Do you hear me?
Hodu Lashem, I can hear you. Guys on Zoom, can you hear us? Hold on. Yes, thumbs up if you hear us on Zoom. Good, Baruch Hashem.
You have to. I'm on mute on Zoom, so you should unmute me.
That would be a good idea. Hold on. You have to unmute yourself, I think.
I'm trying. It says here I can't.
Ask to unmute. Danielle, how do I unmute him?
We need a professional here.
Right? What do I know? People think because I'm on here all day, I still have no clue what I'm doing. Hold on, the professional.
I guarantee you, Mark Zuckerberg doesn't know how to do this.
By the way, I agree with you. Hold on. Oh wait, do you guys hear Ellie now? I think. Wait, hold on.
On Zoom, I'm not. I can't unmute myself.
Now you can unmute yourself. Try to unmute yourself now.
All right, it's still not unmuting. I'm sorry. You can see me, but I'm not unmuting myself.
We're changing you as a host. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Wait. I just saw. Could you do that again?
Do that again. Whatever you just did, do that again. Sorry, guys. We also have to take care of the Zoomers. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So I'm unmuted. I have a voice.
Thumbs up. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Boy, do you have a voice. Wow. It's funny because when I said Ellie Bear is coming on to there's another Ellie Bear who's apparently a singer, and they were mixing up the two. So I'm like, this is.
I have a lawsuit against him. I have a serious lawsuit. He's using my name. He's my cousin. He's my cousin from Detroit. He's a great guy.
He really is your cousin?
Yeah, he sings so beautifully, and I never knew him till a year ago. Our concert in Jerusalem every year, and I meet him in the street in Sukkot, and like he says, "Are you Eli Beer?" I said, "Yes." He says, "I'm Eli Beer." I said, "Are you the fake Eli Beer?" So he said, "I'm the singer."
He said, will the real Ellie Bear please stand up? Right?
Exactly. I always stand up when I hear that. But I actually had him. I had him at our concert, and we surprised 3,000 people in B'nai Oma in Jerusalem. And we said, and the MC said, "You never heard Eli Beer sing. You should hear him sing." And people said, "What? Eli Beer singing?" I'm like, "Come on!" And then people were about to leave because they heard I'm going to sing. I see everyone getting up, and I say, "No, no, don't worry. It's not me. Someone else is singing." And he came and he sang really nice.
Is there a word out there that you don't sing? They're like, well, we're done. Stick that, Salah.
Exactly. He doesn't know how to save lives.
Take that, Ellie Bear, cousin. When I told my father, I'm like, Abba, my father's Israeli. And I have to say this in Hebrew. I can't, I'll say it after in English. But I told him, I said, Abba, אני מראיינת את אלי בר. He's like, לא. באמת? אני לא מאמין. אין, הם לא עושים אותו כאלו. אין עליו בעולם. I was like, yeah,
Thank you.
it's unbelievable. So, first and foremost,
Give your father a kiss for me.
I love you. Ellie loves you too. Mwah. My mother, we've been here for over 30 years, and my mother, every day, she's like, זהו, השנה אנחנו חוזרים לארץ. 70 years later, we're still in America.
Tell your father, he'll probably know the gashash. He said, we're coming back to Israel right after the kids grow up and right after the kids graduate college. So they said, so when are they graduating? No, I didn't have kids yet. So that's what your parents, right?
I guess Shashim. Okay. I always start my lives like this. So Ellie, you have to forgive me. But behind every tzaddik, which by the way, the creator, the founder, the president of Hatzalah United of Israel, there's an Eshet Chayil supporting you and loving you and encouraging you and allowing us to do what you do so well. So a big standing ovation for Gitzi, everybody.
Wait, I think your husband needs to get a standing ovation for you. Actually, no, for your husband, for Daniel. A big standing ovation for Daniel.
I always say, I can never be who I am without him. Like, he lets me walk around like this, like you said on your TED Talk. I walk around like I'm a shigana. Look at me. Right? I'm walking around
Exactly.
like you too. So, Baruch Hashem for our spouses. Well, we're going to get to that. But thank God. So, before we get to Hatzalah and all the greatness that goes on over there of United Hatzalah of Israel, I know you're like Shimi. I said this interview about 4,974 times. Here I go again. Like, is that how you feel right now?
I actually loved your interview with Eli Schwebo, who's a good friend of mine. And I watched it. He's amazing. He's such a, I tell him, I always say to him, you're the Jewish Elton John. And his talent.
Good. Carl, yes.
He is such a talented performer. He has everything. If he wants, he could be the most famous singer around the world. I mean, he's so talented. He knows how to write songs and sing it so well and play the piano. Things I can't do. I could carry a piano, but I can't play the piano. So
you can revive it. I think it's like an Ellie theme. All the Ellies are like the bomb. That's what we're getting out of here. I feel like I'm not going to make you go through all the details. I'm going to post the link with all the details, and you were in this place, and then you went to Florida, and you had a bar mitzvah. The details I'm gonna spare, and I'm gonna post the links so everyone could see that. But I want to get to like different pointers that are gonna bring out messages to people that you went through with your COVID-19 experience. So first of all, I feel like everybody's connected to you. I mean, Eliezer Yehuda Ben Chaya, that name has become ingrained in our brains and our neshamot forever.
Thank you.
And I feel like we were all part of this journey with you. Do you feel that way? Like Klal Yisrael was with you to, like, holding your hand, even though you were sleeping and you really had bad dreams, really bad nightmares?
I must say, first of all, I'm so flattered that so many people cared about me and prayed for me. I went to my dentist just before. I wanted to look really good when I'm going on your Instagram thing. So I went to my dentist, and I was going out right next to it. They have a mall. So I went to buy something, and this young guy comes over. He's full of tattoos all over. He has earrings, long hair, Israeli guy. I never in my life saw this guy. He sees me. He comes over to me. He says, "Tidda lecha she'itpalalti alecha." I said, "Wow, toda rabba." He says, "You should just know I prayed for you." So I said to him, "Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me." He says, "I never prayed before, but you're the first one I prayed for." So I said, first of all, continue praying. And second of all, continue praying for other people as well. Just look for more people to pray for. And it meant so much to me that a guy like him that I never met before, he never prayed before. And, you know, I always tried, one of the things I always tried with Hatzalah, and that's why I added the name United to Hatzalah, because I wanted United Hatzalah to be an organization that knows how to bring everyone together in one thing, in one belief they have a mission that they have to connect to. They have to connect. There is no way that if we want to save someone, I'm right in Tel Aviv now looking at the ocean here. And I'm saying, if God forbid a child is drowning here, or someone is drowning, everyone should run and save this person. They shouldn't say, wait, are you a Sephardic or are you Ashkenazic? Are you a religious Jew or a secular? Are you a Jew or an Arab? Everyone should run in and save this person. And when it comes to saving lives, I said United Hatzalah should be that connector between everyone. And that's why I'm so proud of what happened. And when I got sick, I didn't even know. People were praying, and Jews and non-Jews and religious and secular, and I say observant and observant. Everyone's religious. But I actually believe in that, and I'm so happy you're saying that.
No, really? Like when I said Eli Bear, people are like, yeah, we prayed for him. And, you know, I have non-Jews also on, you're worldwide. I mean, people from all over know you, support you, and love what you represent. The unity. And that's what I try to do also. But like, you know, you're like, let me show you how it's done, Shimi, you know? And I think also you getting sick, like you don't smoke, you're healthy, you're you know, you got it, and then boom, life hits, and it's like, yeah, you too can get sick. And that's what I want to like discuss, that nobody is guaranteed a tomorrow. We live life like, yeah, I got all the time in the world, and sometimes life is like, we're human. Could you elaborate on that, how you felt like you getting sick?
Well, you're right. I never imagined in my wildest dreams that I will get sick with COVID. It's like I'm always in the situation, helping people in that situation, like people. In that thing. Yeah. I never, like you think a doctor is always someone in wearing the uniform and in the hospital treating sick people. I'm always on the field, treating people on the field, running around with my volunteers. And when I started learning more about COVID-19, I said, I'm protected. I'm young. I mean, I feel like an altakaker, like we say, but I'm 46 years old.
You feel like an altakaker after COVID, or before you felt like an altakaker?
Before a little, and now a lot more.
Yeah, now it's like,
I have no hair left. Look, I have no hair left.
You have teeth. You have teeth.
I have teeth. Thank God. Thank God. So I have to thank God for at least one thing. So I actually was healthy. I never got treated in the hospital for sickness or anything. You know, I never had a heart attack, thank God. I never had diabetes. And all of a sudden, and I don't smoke. I'm against smoking. I think it's a terrible thing. So I said, okay, if what they say is that if you don't smoke and you're a healthy person, it's not going to happen to me. And I was traveling like crazy. The last 3 months, I was in 5 countries. I was traveling from the United States to India to Miami to Canada and England and Israel. And then all of a sudden I'm not feeling well. And I said, it can't be COVID. It can't be. It's probably strep throat. But I took cautions. I was really worried that if it is, I don't want to get anyone sick. So I isolated myself right away, and I put myself in an apartment in Miami.
Yeah, what type of sick Purim shtick is this? Right? It was right by Purim.
I actually, the day before, I was dressed up as Superman in Purim. I said, how could Superman get sick, right?
Yeah,
It's
the
like,
irony.
right. Or else it's made out of that green stuff. What's that green stuff Superman, you could kill Superman with? You remember the movie? He had one type of thing that, Superman.
No, I only watch like the Lewis and Clark, the fake version.
Okay. So I actually got sick, and then 2 days later, and I couldn't believe it. I was shocked, but I knew I'll survive because you know what? I'm healthy and everything. And then I found out it can happen to anyone, and I got so sick that I had 5% survival.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I put it on Do Not Disturb.
What do you have? Low battery?
No. I actually put it on Do Not Disturb, but someone was able to penetrate my my phone. I don't know how.
I don't know how that happens. You put it on the moon, and then like they still get through. The
They
chutzpah.
still get through it. Chutzpah.
That's what you say. You got chutzpah.
No,
Ellie
I'm
Bear-
actually shocked because I know that everyone around the world is watching this show. And how could someone not be considerate and call me while I'm on the show?
He wants to get in. He's like, I want you to give me a shout out. Whoever that was, that's what he wants. He wants a shout out. Wow. So Superman gets hit with COVID, and you go in and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to be good. And then they're like, actually, this doesn't look good.
I got sick on Tuesday, and then Friday the doctors say to me, we have to put you on a coma. We have to induce you into a coma. And when I heard that, I was involved with hundreds and hundreds of cases that we had to induce people into coma. And it's not a comfortable situation. You know that when you do this, you have to, it's the only way you could save that person. And the chances, are not high. So I knew already I had to say goodbye to everyone.
I think they put you you were in a coma for 18 days. I was saying like 18 days. Chai, right? You come out, you're like, Chai, I'm alive. And they're like, COVID's gone, buddy. Now you have pneumonia.
Exactly. You should have been my doctor. If you were my doctor waking me up that way, I would have jumped out of bed and maybe I wouldn't have gotten that pneumonia. But
or if you would have had pneumonia, I'd be like, I'm gonna show you who I am. Pneumonia, bring it on. Right? I thought it was so amazing. Like when I heard that you were under for 18 days, you come out, you're alive, you beat COVID, and then they like slam you with something else. It's like you're alive, but you're not living. Because living for you is to give. I need to give. I need to do. I need to get back to Hatzalah. And that's what the thought that went into my mind. I'm alive, but I'm not living.
Well, the first few hours, I didn't know where I was. It was like, I was so confused. 18 days. And I was under probably hundreds of
I'm really bad at math.
Yeah, almost 3 weeks. But then the doctors, a few hours later, when I started understanding that I'm alive and I'm back to normal, I survived, which was it was a 50-50 chance. Then the doctors say, we're so sorry, you have a terrible pneumonia, but the worst pneumonia possible. So then I knew that I might not even survive my second chance, because the chances are for the second time you put to sleep, much lower than the first time. And pneumonia, in my condition, I was so weak. My body had to fight this terrible pneumonia. I knew that my chances are very low. And I had in my head that I must survive. I was worried about Hatzalah tremendously. That's all I was thinking about. What would happen to this organization? I run around the world for this. I fight for this. My whole life, 32 years into this, I said, I can't let this stupid pneumonia, win. And I have to fight this. And that's how they put me to sleep. Within the second time, I said, I'm going to win.
I feel like that's something that got you going, like thinking about that. And when you say Hatzalah, you also talk about your family, because I didn't know this, but your family's involved with Hatzalah as well. They're going, running, doing calls while you were sleeping. You were, I guess they were living through their actions for your zchut.
Exactly.
Because of you.
They didn't give up. They didn't give up. They were very worried. Now, everyone in my family are volunteers besides my two little ones. And we have...
What's the age limit? You have a 12-year-old, right? She can't be part of it yet?
She's always the dummy when we need like an injured person for drills. She's always the injured person, yeah. She's a great actress. Adina, her name is. So they're all doing so much chesed. They were helping, elderly people that needed help with food and going out to emergency calls. We had a humanitarian dispatch in Hatzalah in Israel for over 40,000 people that needed help. That wasn't even nothing to do with medical. It was only humanitarian help. I'll give you an example.
Yeah, like food
It was
and stuff.
rated because all these people that were over 65 had to be quarantined. And for 2 months, they didn't go out of their home, and they didn't have food. They didn't have basic medicines. They needed oxygen. So we sent volunteers of United Hatzalah to go help them for anything they needed. And it was incredible to see. And the whole family went out and were helping. Erev Pesach, Yitti and the kids went out to give out 60 packages of warm food to people who had no food for Pesach. 0. And they went and they delivered it from 8 o'clock in the morning, and they ended up a few minutes into Pesach, giving out the food. They had a whole ambulance full of food. They would get a whole ambulance full of, imagine a huge ambulance, a truck, like they call it in New York, a bus. Yeah. They had a whole bus full of not medical supplies. Besides medical supplies, they had food. They were giving boxes out, and that's what they were doing to make, not only for me, but it was doing it for Am Yisrael. Chesed is the best thing to fight anything. Yeah,
and I feel like that's what would get someone through such a hardship. Like people are like, Shimi, how could you give if you're empty and you're in pain? I'm like, no, you don't get it. When you give, you fill yourself up. And this is such a perfect example. Like your father's not here. He's in Florida. Your husband's suffering. You don't know what's going to be. And you're going out and you're giving to others when someone would say, you can't give anymore.
So I'll tell you something amazing. They had a story. I wasn't alive then. I was in another world, right? So, but I heard so many incredible stories. They had a volunteer of ours. His name was Moshiko. He takes care of a Holocaust survivor. Every week he goes to visit her. We have a program in Hatzalah called 10 Kavod. And they visit the elderly and they make a whole checkup, like a heart checkup, lung checkup, the whole thing. And they want to make sure these people are okay. So Moshiko actually visited this woman, and he had to dress up that she shouldn't, in case he's sick. And she said to him, listen, she's a Holocaust survivor, a wonderful woman. I saw a video of her crying, saying thank you to him. He was helping her for everything. And she said, I'm missing one thing that I eat. The only thing I eat is 2 eggs a day. That's what I eat. Because I don't like, she has soft our teeth, and she has to have these eggs. And have a huge shortage in Israel. I don't know if in America they had a shortage of eggs.
I heard that there were no eggs. That could fly.
There were no eggs anywhere. And Moshiko went around.
Say, I need jachnun. We're
Jachnun.
going to get you jachnun right now.
No, what's that other thing? Not jachnun, that other thing, the breakfast everyone eats. No, the breakfast with the eggs and the tomatoes and everything. Shakshuka.
We're like, ain't nobody got time for this, man. We're just going to get you the eggs.
So he was running around, and every store that he went to had no eggs. Finally, he found one store that had 4 eggs. They said, okay, we give every customer 4 eggs. And he went around for half a day looking for eggs for her. And he said to me that he got her eggs, but he didn't get his own family eggs. And they had a huge shortage. It was like people were running around looking for eggs everywhere they couldn't find. And he got this lady eggs. He said to me, my whole family were so happy. They didn't have eggs for Passover, for Pesach. And he said, at least we helped this old lady to get eggs for Pesach. When I heard that, I said, you know what? Mikam Chai Israel. You know, what a wonderful people we have, you know, that they're doing these things. And
I
I'm
feel like,
honored that Hatzalah
yeah.
is taking responsibility for this thing. They didn't have anyone to turn to. They had no one to turn to, these people. They couldn't call the police. They couldn't call an ambulance. It would have cost them money. They had Hatzalah 24/7 for them. And I must share one more story. I mean, I'll share any story you want.
Bring it on.
But
People
this
are
is a
loving what
Kiddush
you're
Hashem
saying.
story, because I know you love Kiddush Hashem. So this when I woke up Pesach, and I was so upset. I was devastated that I missed Pesach. And I was like, Pesach's my favorite holiday. And I couldn't take the fact that I missed Pesach. So my Eli Pollack, who runs Hatzalah in Israel, he's like the CEO.
Here we go, another Ellie. You guys are showing off. I'm done with this.
Okay, so I didn't realize I just said Eli Pollack, right? Eli Pollack. So it's another Eli. So Ellie actually called me up and was trying to cheer me up. And I said, Ellie, I'm so depressed. I was so weak. I couldn't pick up my phone. So he said to me, I'll tell you a story that will elevate your spirits. And that story will push you to, he says, you always believed on Kiddush Hashem. Besides for saving lives, that's my main mission. Kiddush Hashem was my main thing. And as you know, Israel, no one could agree on anything. We have so many voices here. Netanyahu, the prime minister, says this is the only country that has 8 million citizens and 8 million prime ministers. No one likes each other. No one gets along with each other. And Eli says to me that the day of Pesach started, this lady called. She's we were taking care of thousands we took priority for Holocaust survivors, but everyone else that was in a situation like that. She lives in Bat Yam. She's 90 years old. She called 5 minutes before Pesach. She needed to light candles, and she couldn't find candles in her home. This lady